Morning, folks. Morning, America. How we doing today? Whew. It's kind of muggy today. I think that'll burn off. It's early in the morning. It's pretty humid. You know, and as the day goes on, it dries out a little bit, a little less humid. Probably starts out around 70% humidity, and by midday it's down to 30 or 40, I think. I think that's the way it works. Anyway. How we all doing here? Let's see. I keep having trouble with this scroll and all this stuff. Right now it's working. I got 54 people on here. And let's see, who's first? Brenda Jackson was first. Good morning, Sasnak and the snack pack. There we go. Falconic View was next. And then Deborah Potts, North Star, good morning. Good morning, Sunshine. Let's get her done. Stan, good morning, Stan from Northwest Kentucky. There we go. Kai. Oh, I need to. I know what I forgot to do. I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to put it on slow mode. So let's do that real quick. Help the moderators out a little bit so the scroll doesn't just go crazy. And turn the computer on, get in it. I'm putting the windows back in today, some of them. Some of the blanks, I've got to let the glue dry, so I've only got so many braces, so I can only put in so many windows at one time, or so, not windows, but the window blanks, right here, the window blanks, you know, the window delete sheet metal. Ooh-wee. So how we all are today? Come on, computer. Computers are slow. Hey, old Bubba and Cat. Bubba and Cat got in a storm yesterday, or yesterday or the day before, I don't know. They went to a lake and had a lightning storm, rain and hail and all this other stuff. I guess threw a fit. Mother Nature threw a fit. Come on, come on. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. Window install, there we go. Customization. Subscribers only. And let's go slow mode. Let's leave it at 60 minutes. 60 seconds, I mean. 1 minute instead of 2 minutes. Just leave it at that. Just see how that works. So, all right, there we go. I think we're done. Turn subscriber only on and slow mode on. Okay, very good. Computer back off, save the battery. There we go. All right, 151 people. All right, everything's working good so far today. I've been having trouble with the phone. I don't know why. It just seizes up. Not seizes up. The chat quits refreshing and putting new chats. You know, it'll go up and just quit one time. It'll go up there and just quit, and then it won't give me a new head count or any of that stuff. The screen still works and all that. It just, I can't read the scroll. It's working right now, and then yesterday it froze up for some reason. It just froze up and quit working. There we go. It just froze up and quit working, so I just shut it off. And I think when that happens, if I don't purposely shut it off myself, I think what happens is it runs for about 10 minutes or so, and you guys can still comment and everything. It's just a blank screen or a frozen screen or whatever, and until it comes back. And it hasn't been coming back for some reason, so I don't know. Issues with the phone. I just do what I can. So, all right. Oh yeah, smash the like button and all that good stuff. All right, let's go through some of the scroll here while we got it on. Yeah, up at the top, right up here, the clear coat. The white paint is just a single coat paint. There's no clear coat on it. It's a one step paint. The colors, the gold and the purple, when they added that to it, that's a two-step paint. They paint the color on, and then they painted the clear coat over the top of it. And the clear coat up here is peeling. I don't care because I'm going to repaint all that anyway. I'm going to grind that all down and repaint it anyway, so not that big a deal. And oh, there you go. Get your stickers, folks, if you want stickers. Let's see here. Back to where we were. Where was I? Yeah, clear coat's peeling off. Yep. Morning from Michigan, David. Jenny Johnson in Tennessee. Good morning, Sasnak Pag. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bam Bam. Hello, Brenda. Sorry to distract you. Paying bills. Brenda, you paying bills? Oh, Bam Bam's paying bills. Bam Bam, you can pay my bills if you want. You pay my credit card bill the last couple months. Wow. It seems like every time I turn around and putting something on it on Amazon or down at Home Depot or whatever. So I'm keeping track of all that stuff. So when the whole thing is done, I'll give you a price on the overall price on the build and everything. Yeah. Let's see, trying to find out where I left off here. Where are we at? There you go, Ken from Youngstown. Jahonda from Ohio. Kylor, something about G's last stream. I don't know. I don't watch G's streams and everything. Don't have any problem with it. I just don't have time to do it. But I hear what they, people comment and whatever. People leave emails to me and stuff. Say, hey, did you hear what G's are doing? So all I know is they had trouble with their truck at one time, and then they bought an RV, I think. So our stream, okay, Tipsy Marlin 55. All right, good morning, Stan. Good morning. How are you going to do the air conditioning system? I'm going to get into that today. Try to remind me here what I'm doing the windows and everything. I'm going to get up in there. I'm going to do a test. I talked to Eugene yesterday, a friend of mine, Eugene. He's the Rockhound guy. He's from Pennsylvania, but I know him from out there at Quartzsite. Eugene's the Santa Claus looking guy. He's got the big white beard and laughs. Instead of ho ho ho, he's he he, like that. So good old Eugene. Anyway, I talked to him yesterday, and I got to thinking, before I buy a mini split and put it in here, because it'd be quite an install. You got to put it all in, and then you got to call a AC guy to suck it down. Give it a vacuum and put the Freon in it and all that. Anyway, I know some of them come pre-charged, but from what I understand, the ones that come pre-charged, half the time you mess up and lose half your Freon anyway. RG134, whatever it's called nowadays. Anyway, what we used to call Freon. Before I do that, I actually own a small air conditioner. It's in the other room in there. Brand spanking new. I actually bought it for the cargo trailer that I sold here recently. Anyway, I got that window unit. It's about as small air conditioner as you can get. A window unit air conditioner. It's a 6,000 BTU. I know it's probably not going to be big enough, but I want to test it just to see. I don't know. It might surprise me. The reviews I hear on it, people, you know, they have it in their house in a back room or a, you know, office or something like that, or out in the garage, and they say it works really, really well. So, you know, we'll try it, see what happens. It's a real basic, simple one. Just turn knob, you know, turn knobs and no electronics. Most air conditioners nowadays are push button and LED readout and stuff like that. This one here is just a real simple turn the knobs, kind of like an old microwave, you know, remember, or a microwave at the convenience store. You just, you know, close the door and you turn the knob, you know, that kind of thing. This is a air conditioner. It's just, you know, the fan turn on and the cold, hot and cold, you know, and that's it. So real simple. It's the same one that Hobotech put in his Road Trek back in 2018. 2018, he had a Road Trek, or he still has it, but anyway, has a Road Trek, and in the back, he's had a little air conditioner was in it that went out. So he went and bought a new one and stuck it in there, and he did a review on it back in 2018. Anyway, I thought, man, that'd be about the right size one. So that's why I bought for that cargo trailer. So anyway, I got the same, I think it's the same exact one he has. It's a 6,000 BTU. I think the smallest one's a 5,000 BTU, and this one here is a 6,000. Anyway, and I know that's not very big. For a bus, you probably want a 15,000 BTU or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I got to wondering about that. Before I spend the money to install and do all that, I'm going to do a next week sometime, once I get the windows all in and sealed up, and I'm going to do the roof first and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to hook it all up to my van out here that is still fully operational with 840 watts, and that's if it's pointing straight at the sun, 840. So when you're flat panel, you know, laying flat on the roof of the van, probably only get about 6 or 650. You know, summertime might get closer to 700. I don't know. Anyway, park the van out there, run an extension cord in, and plug it in. Stick this thing in a window, just temporary, and let it run, and just see what happens. You know, and I'd be inside the shop in the shade. And if it works okay, this thing's working pretty good. I want to pull it outside and sit it in the sun all day and just see what happens. You know, have a temperature thermometer in there and see how much it draws it down. It'll be 100 degrees outside, and see if I can draw it down to about 75 degrees maybe. If I get lucky, I don't know. By then, everything will be insulated as much as it's going to get insulated, because all the windows, these windows have been put in. There's insulation behind them. The windows, I've got these 3 windows just sitting in there. We'll get to that in a minute. Those windows are just sitting in there just so you know, so I can take the picture for the thumbnail for this video. But I still got to take them back out and put the sealing, you know, sealant in there and everything for the caulking or whatever you want to call it. So I got to put all that in there, and then at that point, it'll be a totally empty RV, the biggest volume of air possible, you know. Eugene was saying, hey, once you put that wall in the back, that cuts off 4 or so feet, you know, 4, maybe 5 feet of garage space. That makes it a little bit smaller. By the time you put the beds and the closets and the refrigerator and the kitchen cabinets and all that stuff in there, the volume that needs to be air conditioned gets smaller. Okay, so if it'll air condition on a 100-degree day and with full volume of, you know, cubic volume of air in the van, in the RV, in the van bus, if it'll do that, that might be my solution. Just stick a window unit in there, and when I'm driving down the road, pull it out. You know, and what I would do, if that's the case, I'd get one of. I've got 2 of those. They were right here in this window right here. The emergency exit, you know, for school buses, they have to have emergency exits. So it's the window unit where you flip the lever and the air window unit, the window just swings up. Well, that would be perfect. You swing that up out of the way, slide your your air conditioner into the window, and have a wooden frame that, you know, fits fairly nice and tight. And then if it starts raining, the window is out there as a awning kind of over the air conditioner. Sounds good to me. So if that's the case, I might do that. And when you go to driving down the road, you just pull it out of the window and close the window, and snap it back shut, just like, you know, the emergency window or the emergency exit window would do. And store the air conditioner on the floor somewhere, and then when you're in the winter, when you're not using it, just stick it back here in the garage, you know. So the idea, like I said, is to go where the weather's nice and you don't need air conditioning. So, but if there's that little hot spell, man, I sure would like to have an air conditioner today. Stick it in the window and cool it off 10 degrees. If it's 85 degrees outside, cool it off to 75, you know, that kind of thing. I tested it years ago when I bought it. I tested it with a kilowatt. It only uses 400 watts of electricity. So that might be the solution. I don't know. I'm not getting my hopes up high. I want to see. I just want to double. I want to see what it'll do. And if it doesn't even come close, then mini split, you know. But yeah, we'll go that route. Try it. Experiment. All right, what are we talking? Good day from Australia. Warwick Jones, Australia. Yeah, good day. Good day, sir. Yeah, 75 is nice when it's 95 outside. Yep, you bet. The van will be for sale. Yes, if you want to buy it right now, today, right now, $90,000. You can drive away as it sits with, you know, fully functional solar, batteries, the whole 9 yards, as it sits right now. $90,000. I'll buy it today, and then I'll just go buy a junker pickup or, you know, whatever to use for the next several months until December comes along when I'll buy the Jeep. Yeah, that's the plan. If somebody comes along and says, and I probably ought to throw it on Facebook just to see if anybody's interested in it locally. I doubt anybody's going to pay $90,000 for a van. I don't know. I might be mistaken on that. I know. I mean, it's got the value in it. I mean, it's the van itself is worth 60. Okay, the prices of those vans have went up. All vehicles have went up, but even a 2-year-old used van with only 20,000 miles on it is worth $60,000. The reason being is Amazon buys them all the vans. They buy every damn one they can get their hands on, and so therefore there's not any in the market. Therefore the price goes up. So one of these days, 3 or 4 years from now, Amazon's going to trade all those vans in, and there's going to be a glut of them. So, but right now, there's not very many Sprinters or what's the ProStar? Is that the Dodge version? The ProStar or the Ford Transits? There's not a lot of them out there. Why not get an AC unit, put it on a roof? They use a lot of electricity. They're very, very power hungry. Okay, that's why. You know, they use a lot of electricity. I'm trying to find one that doesn't use a lot of electricity. And that little window unit sips electricity. And they say the what do you call them? The mini splits are pretty good on. They use more electricity than that window unit, but they're bigger. You know, they're 12, 15,000 BTU systems. One of the things Donnie, friend of mine, Donnie, pointed out, I talked to him a few days ago. One of the things he pointed out is not all mini splits are heaters either. You know, a lot of mini splits, basically all there is a heat pump. You know, just like in your house, it's a heat pump, and they're air conditioners during the summer, but you can also turn them around and, you know, reverse them basically with a switch. You just turn it over to a switch, and it runs everything in reverse, and it turns it into a heater. You know. So anyway, heat pump, but not all of them are that work that way. It's more, I guess, some of the lower priced ones are just air conditioners. They don't do a heat pump also. So I'd have to get into a much more expensive. And this little air conditioner was like $200. I mean, I buy 2 of those little units. Put one in the front, put one in the back, and that's 800 watts. But you know, anyway. Let's see. What? I don't understand what. Brandon says, I did not know married women can have feelings for another guy. I just saw that this morning on TV. Where'd that come from? That's out of left field, out of nowhere. I don't know. Must be talking about something. He must be talking about replying to somebody else. Yep, 75. Let's see here. Let's start from the beginning here. Are you going to sell my 18 wood or not yet? Not yet. I'm going to wait probably till next year and find out how everything kind of play. I'm not ready to sell it yet, unless somebody comes along. The semi's for sale for $120,000 as of today. You know, if you want to spend $120,000 for it, I'll sell it right now. If you want to come down on the price, I'm not ready to come down on the price yet. Maybe February or March of next year, maybe I'll entertain a smaller price. But right now it's $120. $120 for the big semi and $90 for the van. And it worked for me. I go find an old junker pickup that costs $50,000. No, I go find an old junker pickup, try to find one. I mean, pickups are expensive. You know, even the old ones have 100 and 150,000 miles on them. They cost a lot, you know. It's Texas and pickups, you know. But the market is also, I look at some of these old 120, 150,000 mile pickups, you know, and I'm like, my God, they're wanting more for that than a brand new pickup I bought back in 2011. I bought a brand new pickup in 2011. It was $22,000, brand spanking new, and they're 120,000 mile 10-year-old pickup. They want 25, 30 for them. Like, what? Are you out of your minds? No, it's the world we live in nowadays. Oh, there's a Duke and Duchess. Duke, I'm going to call you later on today after I get out, one of my breaks here in an hour or two. I looked into cryo lighting systems. No, never heard of it. Don't know what that is. Runs off of 2 batteries with 2 solar panels. Well, so do all the other, so do all batteries, or all lights. I don't know, I've never heard of cryo lighting. Yeah, we love our heat and air conditioning pump. There you go. Why do you say hi? How's it going? What's the bus going today? Well, we're getting into that. Yeah, more says we're doing a lunch now, I guess. Heat pumps are very popular in Maine. Yeah, they're popular here in Texas too. Yeah. What do I anticipate the full weight of this bus to be? I have no idea. When I brought it home, with all the seats and everything in it, I stopped by the truck stop and weighed it, and it was 16,000 pounds, just empty, was as a passenger bus with all the seats and everything. I've taken a lot of weight out of this. Actually, right here. There's all the junk I took out of this thing. So yeah, those seats are fairly heavy. The air conditioning units are heavy. The air conditioning condenser thing right here is real heavy. The heaters right over here, the heater cores are right here. The inside air conditioning units were right there. There's quite a bit of weight sitting there. So that's one of the things I'm going to do when I get the windows put back in it and everything. I'm going to run it. I'm going to take it to Pam's and wash the roof off and everything. And on the way, I'm going to swing by the truck stop and weigh it as it is empty now. I should have took it in there before I put any of these windows in, but windows, they weigh a little bit, but not terrible high. And I'm not putting all of them back in, just a few of them. So it looks like we're going to put 6 windows back on each side, I think it is. 4 small ones and 2 big ones. Yeah, I think it's 4 2-foot by 2-foot ones and 2 of the larger 2-foot by 33 inch, I think, so something like that. We'll put those back in. Gas prices, they've been coming down a little bit. And it's getting closer to the election, so they'll bring the prices down. So see, we're not such bad guys. You know, I'm going to remind everybody, come election time, I'm going to be bitching a lot. You know, so. I'm going to have a list off all the bad, stupid BS crap that Biden and his idiots up there have been doing. So, anyway, I don't want to get into that today. Say, never see you wearing a cowboy hat. Yeah, well, it's hot. Yeah, and cowboy hat and shorts just doesn't. It's a fashion faux pas. A big fancy word, huh? Faux pas. Why did you paint the walls before the roof? I didn't paint the walls before. What are you talking about? This here, I didn't paint this. This is the way the bus came. Okay, I'm not going to paint that until like next spring. You know, I'm going to wait on that. I'm more worried about building the internal parts of it first. But I want to paint the roof of it now. You know, so get it kind of cleaned up. I'll be painting that roof somewhere toward the end of this week. I'm not sure what day, Thursday, Friday, somewhere along in there, I think. Whenever I get, the thing is slowing me down right now is glue. Glue takes a while to dry. So caulking, glue, and I want to make sure it's nice and sealed. I don't want to rush that. You know, I want to make sure it's set before I take the wedges off. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and look on the inside of the bus and show you what I've been doing. Okay, what I have been doing here is these windows. I've been using the table. Here's a bunch of the caulking stuff I've scrapped off. These are the ones I've cleaned up, okay? Still got to take them home and power wash them, get the dirt and all that. These three windows here and some of the ones inside are cleaned up. Now, I haven't Windexed cleaned them, but I'm talking about power washing the edges. Right here, I've got these old load locks that I had. They're hydraulic load locks, and the hydraulics went bad on them, so I kept the bars, the aluminum bars, and all I've done is put it on this little ledge. This little ledge here is where the seats used to sit. See right down here? That's where the seats used to sit on. They were bolted in. See all the holes right here? That's where a seat was bolted in. Here's another seat was bolted in right there. All right. So what I'm doing is I wedge them into that wedge right there, and with these pins, I stretch them out the right length to where I can put pressure on here and hold that in. Now, yesterday, I've only got 4 of these bars, okay? And I could probably go buy 2x4s and everything, but I'll use these bars for now. And I can only put pressure in 4 places: 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did these 3 here yesterday. 1, 2, and 3. So I put pressure right here, and then one board straddled this here. So 1, 2, 3. And then 4, okay? So these are glued in nice and tight. We'll go outside and look at it here in a second. And then this one here, I just did this morning, glued it in, and that one back there, glued it in, and I've only got these 4 bars right now. When I get ready to leave at noon, 1 o'clock or something, I will glue probably that last one down there and the other one back in the corner. Those two this way and 2 that way, and get those done for the night. Come back in the morning, then I'll do 1, 2, 3. I'll do these 3, okay? And then before I leave tomorrow at noon, I'll do 1, 2, and 3. Whoop, I'm not doing that one, this one here. So I'll just do these other 2. I'll get them all done by tomorrow evening, or tomorrow noon when I leave at 1 o'clock or whatever. I'll have them all glued in so that on, what would that make it, Wednesday morning? Wednesday morning, they should all be dry. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that glue to dry, I'm going to start mounting these in here, okay? And I'm kind of torn on where what to do on these windows, whether to caulk them and seal them in right now, or like I have them in right now, they're just in here. I just got them wedged, push in. Okay, I just pushed them in, okay? And actually this one, because that corner goes back in the back here, because this corner's notched off. But anyway, this I just stuck them in there for the photo, for the thumbnail. But you gotta put caulking in them and everything, and push them back in there. I'm kind of curious if I just take them and put them in there, and then run water over and see where they leak and how they leak. You know, that way I'll know where to put the caulking and everything. So what they've done with the from the factory is they put them in, and then they put a bunch of goo down in each corner. So these, right here's where it would leak. Sorry. Right down here in these corners is where it would leak, because that's where the metal connects. It can't leak right here because this is all one piece right here, okay? And this is bolted on the inside. It's got seal when they riveted this, so that water can't go down in through there. The water will come in this crack right here. When the window's up, right in here, it'll come in and get inside that crack, come down. But because that's sealed right there, it goes past that, comes over here, and then drains out. It's almost like a little gutter system, okay? Try to put you real close to it. So, let's turn you around so you can see how this little lip here, it's this little lip here, okay? So water hits right here, it can't go up, okay? It's got to come this way. It's a little gutter system, and that's how it works. And on the outside, there's the new panels. So anyway, putting these windows in, and I don't know. I think I might want to just leave. Nope, don't put any caulking at all. Just see where they leak and how bad they leak with no weather sealing at all. And it also tells me how much weather sealing I got to put on, where to caulk it, and all that kind of thing, I think. So I think that's what I'm going to do there. What they do from the factory is they put a big old goop of, it looks like it's caulking, but I think what it is, it's a caulking version of butyl tape. You know, the butyl tape that I use on this here, on the ceiling, to seal the roof. Butyl tape, and I think they just take some butyl tape and stick it down in there, or they have a butyl tape caulking version, but it doesn't ever harden up. Even today, 28 years later, the caulking, when you pull it out, it's almost like chewing gum, like bubble gum, okay? It never hardens up. It's more of a clay kind of thing than it is caulking. Anyway, they had that down in the corners here and up in the corners here, okay? And the way I know that is because I'll show you here. I'm gonna clean the last window that I need. I go out there and clean it, and I'm gonna show you where that caulking is, where they put all that stuff. Let me go get one. You see, I had a hard time pulling that away because that caulking was stuck to the other window just from sitting out there. Shorten you down here a little bit so you're more eye level. All right, here's that glue. There's that butyl tape. Butyl tape, let me show you what butyl tape is. So just for folks that don't know what it is, that there is butyl tape, okay? And it's in a tape form, fashion or whatever. All it is putty. It's almost like plumber's putty or something, but it's put on this paper backing so you can pull it out, okay? But if you pull this, there we go. If you tear that, now you've got, you stick it on there like that. That backer keeps it in shape, and then you peel the paper off, okay? All right, so once that's stuck on here, let's say like that, let's say that's where I want to put it. You come along here and you grab the paper, and you peel it off. So there's the butyl tape is stuck there, and then you seal it. You know, you push it up against another piece of metal and it seals. But it's just real gooey. It's almost like bubble gum. Okay. So it's almost what they've done in the window. As you can see, right here's a goo. Here's a goo. There's some that was on the corners, but most of it on the bottom of the window, most of that stayed in the window. Okay. Most of that stayed right here in the windowsill. And before I painted all this, I came in and chiseled all that out with a putty knife and everything, and got all as much as I could out. And then I took a wheel grinder, not the high-speed one, just the cordless drill with a small buffer. But I sit there and buffed all that out and cleaned that all